What do you do after you create the world's first wirelessly recharging micro reflex sight? Give it more reticles and a longer battery life. This is the new OSight X. Let me start with a quick unboxing, and then let's just see the contents of the box. This is the new OSight X. X for maybe extra, I would guess, because this has a feature that is extra compared to the original OSight. It has a multiple reticle system. You can change the reticle. But we'll take a look at that in a second. First, let's take a look at how small this is. It is a little bit under, just a hair under 2 inches long, about 1.25 inches wide, and a little less than 1.5 inches tall. In fact, it is really identical in size to the original OSight, which I have here. The only notable differences are really surface cosmetics. This has a little X at the end here. And on the front, it doesn't say OSight like the original one, but for all intents and purposes, it is identical to the original one and has pretty much all the features, plus it has that multiple reticle system. The features that it's notable for is the fact that it has motion activation, and it also has an auto brightness, auto dimming feature. There's a little sensor on the front here. Now, when you first get it, it will be automatically manually turned off, so you have to press the plus button to turn it on, but from thereafter, it will automatically turn on when it senses motion. Also, you can use the plus button if you press it for 3 seconds or more to activate the auto dimming feature. As you can see there, it automatically dimmed the reticle, and I'm going to use this flashlight here to activate there you go. See how much brighter it got when it senses the bright light? Well, this works if you take it outdoors in bright noonday sun. It'll automatically make the reticle brighter. And I'm going to turn this back to manual mode just so we have a little more control over the brightness of the reticle while we're watching this. But you use the minus button to dim it, plus button to brighten it, and you also use the rear button, press that for 3 seconds or more, to change the reticle design. And there we go. You have 3 different choices. You have a dot, a circle, and a circle dot, but you won't be able to see that very clearly because, well, my hands, it's focusing on my hands and we're way too close to the camera. But I'm going to get this outdoors and we'll look at a target at a proper distance to be able to see that reticle more clearly. But you use the rear button to change your reticle. And if you press both buttons, it manually turns off the unit. And the unit itself has a estimated runtime of 50,000 hours off of a full charge. That is a long time, which is pretty much the industry standard for high-quality micro reflex sights. But 50,000 hours is roughly a little bit more than 5 years, so that's quite a long time on a full charge. So for those of you, including myself, who are concerned about having a reflex sight that has an internal battery, 5 years is a long time. Plus, you can recharge it using the cover for the unit. And this is the cover that comes with it. It attaches on magnetically. And when you have it on, it tells you how much of a charge is in the actual unit. Plus, an interesting thing, the cover itself is its own little mini power bank for the optic. You recharge it using this USB-C port here to a USB-C cable. And it has enough internal battery capacity to recharge the unit up to 4 times. And so, yeah, 4 times 5 years, that's a long time. It comes with this cool little skull adjustment tool, by the way. And it comes with a good wide set of different screws for different slide heights or thicknesses. The tool itself has both a flathead side and a Torx star end side. And you just use the Torx end to tighten down the unit and use the flat end to adjust the elevation and windage. And let's just take a listen to those adjustments here. Audible and tactile positive on the clicks. And on the windage, same. So there you go. We'll get this, let's get this thing mounted up and fully charged, and then we'll take it out for the test at the range next. Before we get started with the test, I'd just like to take a quick break here to talk about this episode's sponsor, Aura. For the cost of just a VPN, I'm getting a whole suite of security services, including $1 million in identity theft insurance, and they're even removing me from those damn data broker listings. Use my link, aura.com/moondog, and you can try them for 14 days, free. And if you use that link, you're helping to support this channel. You know, identity fraud is a real thing, and with AI, it's all too easy to spoof your identity. That's why you should try out Aura. All right, let's get back to the tests. For a practical test, I took the OSight to the range to run alternate target drills, went through 2 boxes of ammo, and after 100 rounds, I experienced no flickering, no malfunctions, and it held 0. Now let's take a look at the reticle. This is the 2 MOA dot, and I'm bringing up the brightness to its maximum, so that's really glowy. Now I'm pressing down on the minus button, and it's changing the reticle to the circle. This is a 32 MOA circle, and now I'm changing it to the circle and dot. I like to change it to this kind of reticle for action pistol matches against steel, but this kind of reticle is also helpful for windage and elevation holdovers. I'd like to thank OSight for sending me the OSight X to test, and I really like this micro reflex sight because it has the feature that I'm really looking for in a pistol sight, a changeable reticle. I like the ability to choose between a 3 MOA dot for a nice precise aim point when I'm shooting a bullseye target from 25 yards, or switching it over to a nice broad circle dot when I want fast target acquisition in falling plates where I'm dealing with multiple targets, recoil, and rapid fire. Now, I know that there's other reflex sights out there, not very many, but there are out there that have a changeable reticle, but they're a lot more expensive than this OSight X. Now, I want to address 2 issues about the OSight in general. One is the first OSights, when they first came out, there were some reports of reliability issues that they wouldn't hold 0. Well, by the time I got an OSight, a regular OSight, by the way, not just the OSight X, it was like 12 months after they first rolled out. And OSight really fixed a lot of those issues. Because they make their own products, they're able to implement changes rapidly based on user feedback. And they have excellent customer service, and this has a lifetime warranty. Now, the other issue I want to address is the rechargeable aspect of this. Now, I was of the camp, I was a little dubious of having an internal rechargeable battery, because I was always of the mind that I want to have a cheap, non-proprietary battery that I can replace on my optics on all of them, because I've been to the range and the battery's dead on my optic because I forgot to turn it off for whatever reason. I like having the ability to switch quickly and cheaply switch it out. But how many times have I gone to the range and then looked in my range bag for a coin battery and I forgot to put a fresh pack of coin batteries in there, or the coin battery that I have, well, it's also dead. So yeah, I'm still SOL. Now, this has an internal charge that gives it up to 50,000 hours of runtime, which is the same as a brand new fresh coin battery on a typical reflex sight. So yeah, it's exactly the same. But here's the kicker. This also has the recharging cover. And the key with this is the cover will show you in the display how much of a charge is actually left inside of the OSight. I don't know of any reflex sight out there that will tell you how much of a charge is left in its coin battery. This is the game changer in that aspect. Also, the cover itself can recharge the unit up to 4 times. 4 times 50,000 hours, that's 200,000 hours of runtime. That's over 20 years of runtime. So to be perfectly honest, in 20 years, if I have to recharge this thing, I've probably replaced it already for whatever new technology is gonna come out in the next 5-10 years, because that's the new hotness. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you think that's a valid argument or not, or if you are certainly think that rechargeables are a dumb idea or not. Let me know in the comments. But if you are interested in picking up the OSight, I've included affiliate product links in my full written review at moondogindustries.com. You'll find a link to that article in this video's description. Use those links and you help support this channel at no cost to you. And of course, you can always help support this channel and my efforts to create these review videos by simply hitting that like button and the subscribe button and notification bell buttons. They don't charge you to be a subscriber to my channel, so I appreciate you taking the time to press those buttons and taking the time to watch this review. God bless. Moondog out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.